Good morning, YouTube. Hope everyone is doing well out there. Welcome back to another episode of the Rebuild series. We are getting ready to train Friday morning. We've got some arms and probably a front squat on the agenda. What I was thinking about as far as that goes is maybe a light front squat. I don't know, something between 150, 175-ish, depending how I feel. But we'll kind of see. What I was planning on, the best we hit last 4-week wave on front squats was 195, I believe. So I wasn't just going to straight jump back into that. I was thinking if I make a jump, we'll say 180, 190 next week, and then week 3, my heavy week, where I take the singles, try and hit 200. But it'll all kind of depend on how I feel after my warm-up and stuff. So yeah, Good Friday. Yesterday wound up being kind of hectic towards the end. The fiance's battery died, so I had to travel about 40 minutes away, and so that took most of my evening win, but solid Friday or Thursday, excuse me. Bleh, I can't think overall. So yeah, looking forward to this Friday. So we're going to see what we can make of it. Not a whole lot going on business-wise today, unfortunately. Our big fair's in town, so everyone goes to that. So, that being said, I'm going to drink the pre-workout, get warmed up, get this day rolling, and see what we can do. All right, let's go. All right, YouTube, let's get this Friday training review underway. This turned out to be, on the one hand, a very busy, a very productive, and what feels like a very fulfilling day, and then on the other hand, a kind of slightly worrisome day. So, but we'll get into that a little bit later. So first things first, we're training. As some of you may know, working on dealing with some hip impingement issues when we squat. So I was trying a few different moves. This is something you might see out of a Jane Fonda workout, but a few different moves on the warm-up to see how it felt with squats, see if I noticed any improvement, all that kind of stuff. Some of these moves that I film while I'm searching around trying different things, they look so awkward on camera, but I want to be like honest and show you what I'm actually doing and all that kind of stuff. I will say this little pause against the hip band right here was tough. So we did 3 rounds on this move, of this movement sequence, I guess we'll say, between the pause squats, the little leg lifts, and what else did we do? Oh, my normal hip thrust that I didn't film. So from there, it was just to get prepped for our front squats. We did some back hyperextensions, some hip work right here on the machine, and some seated hamstring curls. So last 4-week wave, I think we worked up to a 185 front squat. The intention is to beat that this 4-week wave. And as far as the worrisome part, this is kind of where it all started. So everything felt good with the warm-up. The plan was just to take some quick singles all the way through. I had no intention to hit anything above 155. Kind of what I was thinking was go 155, 175, 185, and then week 4 try and beat the 185 from last 4-week wave. And 135 right here felt something in my back, like it felt like a quick little tweak, and then my back got super tight. So we just shut it down, and I decided to just move straight into arms. And what's funny is this turned out to probably be one of the best arm workouts I've ever had. When I was first lifting a long time ago, one of the first sessions that I trained solo, I trained arms. And that's what got me hooked, because I got a really good arm pump. And I was kind of like, oh, okay, I get what all this is about.
So as far as the arm workout itself, we started with triceps this time. Caleb asked if we could switch it up a little bit, and I said, sure, let's do it. So we started off with some easy bar skull crushers, supersetted with behind the head dumbbell tricep extensions, whatever those are called. I have not done these in a long time, but they felt good. So we went 3 rounds on these moves. I did 50, 60, and 60 on the easy bar curls. Everything was 20, 16, and 12 reps. And on the behind the neck press, we went 40 for 20, 50 for 10, 50 for 10. And this stretch right there was sick. Like, it was one of those really good burns. From there, we went to alternating dumbbell curls. I used the 30s. We went 30 for 13. Then we went 35 for 9 and 35 for 8. So we tried to go quote-unquote heavy. But for whatever reason, I don't know if it was a combination of the triceps first or what, but the bicep pump was really, really good. We supersetted the alternating dumbbell curls with the Hammer Strength curl machine. Pleased to say that I can at least do a plate on this now. So we went 45 for 15 each time. We did 3 rounds again on that superset. We tried to go one heavy movement and then one slow and squeezy movement, if that makes sense, in the superset. I really think my arms are responding better to not doing as many supersets. We finished off with just a quick 3-round burnout set of single arm tricep pushdowns, supersetted with standing cable curls. There was no real strategy on this, just get as much blood flow as we could. Didn't even log what weight we wanted, and the main reason I wanted to do the single arm is because we have a new handle and I wanted to see how it felt in the gym. Was the only reason I picked that. And then we used the pronated W bar for the cable curls. And I'm not normally one for posing, but I actually decided I'm going to capture this because I was kind of feeling myself. So I was enjoying the pump. From there, it was back to the garage gym. I immediately started to remember that my back was not feeling great after the euphoria of the sick nasty arm pump wore off. So that was kind of my goal with the GPP, see if we couldn't get it loosened up. So we did some stick twist, some hanging knee raises, and then the seated dumbbell good mornings. And honestly, I did 1 round. When I started doing these, I started to feel the back again. I was like, all right, we got a problem. Didn't even lunge, just walked a few laps around the block and then came inside and decided we need to set up and try and do some mobility work because I had a lot I wanted to do today, and I had a golf lesson at noon that I was like, oh boy, this could be a problem. So we did about 30 minutes of mobility work. I wolfed down a couple ibuprofen, and it was off to work from there. After we got prepped, of course, we had to do our morning development, so we did our journaling and all that kind of stuff. And then one of the things I did before work was after the mobility and the ibuprofen, I hopped in the shower and just let hot water soak onto my back for about 10 minutes. And it seemed to feel better after that. From there, we had to do a battery swap out in the store parking lot. This was when my Thursday afternoon got hectic. The girlfriend's battery didn't explode, but in battery terms, it exploded. It was about 6 years old. She got stranded about 45 minutes away. And, of course, didn't really prep too well with the food, so ate 3 protein bars in the parking lot before the golf lesson, wolfed those down with a bit of water, and we called it a lunch. So sometimes you got to do what you got to do. Went through the lesson, then we ran back to town, checked on the store, made sure everything was good, and then we headed to the house, had to get the yard cut, had to get a bunch of stuff done, as I kind of talk about with the wrap up here. Found out we've got a super last minute trip that has kind of thrown a wrench into my weekend plans. YouTube a little bit later on in the day. I just got back home from taking a catering order to one of our customers at the store. They got an evening delivery for their third shift.
So super happy to have that business for sure. It has been a hectic day. I was scrambling this afternoon, mostly because when I started the day, I had a free kind of weekend and I was looking to have a big productive weekend, and I am now facing a 2-day trip to the east side of the state. So about noon, I found out that this was something that was going to happen. So had to scramble some stuff in. The brain started going like, all right, so we got to get the yard cut. We got to get it watered in the morning. I've got to get the car serviced because it's about due for an oil change anyways. And that's going to put it way over. And that Highlander that drives like 20 years old. So it needs some TLC to make these types of treks. So, but overall, a pretty good day. Normally I let this kind of stuff really throw me out of whack, get me off of my routine, but I'm going to try and embrace this one and have a good time. It has been a minute since I've traveled anywhere. Unfortunately, it looks like I'm not going to be able to train Monday, but that such is life. You know, it's not all about the lifting. So we'll pick back up Tuesday with a good chest session. So now tomorrow is super jam-packed in the morning. I'm going to probably not even be able to film because we're just going to get up, train, get the grass watered, go take care of some stuff at the store, get the oil change, service in the car, come home, pack up, and hit the road. So fun times. We'll try and enjoy it. So it's been a good week overall. I was going to do a breakdown video with the goals. We had like 8 goals that we wrote at the beginning of the week, but really I got about 5.5 of them done. I was planning to knock out the majority of them over the next 2 days. Yeah, so I'll remember this for next time. Hey, just go ahead and get a lot of that knocked out earlier in the week. So that's the way it is sometimes. So, but overall, super good week training wise. Been messing around with the diet, as I've alluded to. The weight isn't exactly where I want it to be right now, but I'm still sorting out how I'm going to be eating going forward. But I'll probably talk about that in a later video because I don't want to keep rambling. So I'm going to wrap it here for this Friday. We're going to get dinner. Got some beef and some potatoes that we're going to eat. I'm looking forward to that because I haven't had a full meal yet today because we had the 2 protein bars at lunch and all that jazz. I had a protein shake after I mowed real quick. So yeah, all right. This week, I guess, is a wrap. As usual, we'll try and reload for next week and do a little bit better because that's all we can do. So as usual, I hope you get 1% better. I hope you get some small wins. I hope you're doing well, and I will see y'all next time.